Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about multiplying matrices. Now, when you multiply matrices, this is different from the normal process of multiplication, and there are multiple steps that go along with it. So for example, let's have a 2 by 2 matrix here, 2 by 2 matrix. So the first criteria of determining if you could multiply matrices or not is that like I'm just write 2 by 2 and 2 by 2 here, is if these two inner values match up. If they do, then you could, and if you don't, and if they don't, you can't. For example, if you have like a 3 by 1 and a 2 by 2, since these two don't match, you can't multiply them together. And the values out here are going to be the values that you end up with, or it's going to be like the dimensions you end up with. So multiplying a 2 by 2 matrix by a 2 by 2 matrix would give you a 2 by 2 matrix. But if you have like a 3 by 1 and a 1 by 2, these two match up and you end up with a 3 by 2 matrix at the end. When you multiply the matrices, it's not like multiplying this and that, this and that. It's not like corresponding. There's like a different style of multiplying matrices. So I'm just going to put it in general forms here with variables. So what you want to do is when you multiply these together, that'll equal a 2 by 2 matrix. And wait, I'll put more room into this. It'll be, instead of just multiplying a times e for the first one and b times f for the second one, what you do here is you multiply the rows by the columns and you put the sum of that. So I think it'd be easier if I just show you. It'll be a times e, because it's the first one in the row. It's the first one in the row and the first one in the column, and then you add b times g, which is the second in the row and the second in the column, and that's what you get for the first first value. And for this one over here, it'll be a times f. It'll be the first row times the second column, and plus b times h. And we do the same over here. C times e in the second row times the first column, plus d times g. And for the last value, it'll be c times f, second row and second column. For this value here, which is in the second row and second column, just c times f, and then plus d times h, which is the other value in the second column. So that is the general format of it, and we could go back to this example up here on top. I'll just erase this part first, and let's work on this example up here. So this would be the first value. Let's actually I'll label this. So this would be column 1, column 2, row 1, row 2, and likewise here. So for row 1, for the value that's in row 1 and column 1, we're going to have to multiply the row 1 and column 1 values. So 2 and 5 and 0 and 0. And for this value, it'll be row 1 and column 2. So it'll be the first value of row 1 times the first value of column 2 plus the second value of row 1 times the second value of column 2. And likewise for this one, row 2, column 1, it's the first value of row 2 times the first value of column 1 plus the second value of row 2 times the second value of column 1. And for the last one, it'll be the first value of row 2 times the first value of column 2, and the second value of row 2 times the second value of column 2. And we simplify this, and the final matrix would be this.